Live only on his own, the Ring 6, Teofimo Lopez, the Brooklyn-born king of 140, looks to retain his world title as Shakur Stevenson steps up to become a 4-division world champion. Lopez versus Stevenson, January 31st. Click the link in the description to buy now.
This is Colin McGuigan for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined with Amo Williams in New York. Amo, no, you're good, you're good. From the first moment we ever interviewed you, always said, I want to become a world champion. It's within grasp now, it's only a couple of days away. How do you feel coming in this fight with Carlos Ramos?
Excited, extremely confident, more than confident in the work that I've put in. Me and Kevin have constructed a game plan for this. We've been putting this thing together for 5 years straight, and it's just embedded in me. What I'm going to go do in the ring is embedded in my instinctual nature. So, I mean, that's the point you want to get to. I've dreamed of this moment where I just, at any time, can just take off, and this style is just embedded in my DNA. So now I'm just excited to showcase.
In terms of, the past, it's in the past, but that loss against Hamza Shiraz, do you believe that that's made you a better fighter and you've came out of that a better man? Because at the time, I know it was really tough for you, but afterwards we reflected on it and you seemed as if it actually helped you. Do you believe that?
Yeah, to this day, I still feel the exact same about it. It was a realigning situation for my life, and maybe wake up again, and see just how serious this sport is, made me take my training to another level, made me make the adjustments in my life. Me and my wife, we live 10 minutes from the gym. We finish up fighting, we get right back in the gym, things of that nature. My lifestyle got cleaned up, just a lot of stuff that kind of got away from me that you don't realize as a young man, as a young fighter, were just magnified for me. And I was able to just readjust, make adjustments, and really see this sport for what it is. Luckily, thank God, I had the opportunity to still be fighting world level fights and having my own shows and things where, we weren't just at the bottom of the barrel and forgot about. So it's all around been a great experience. I mean, even going into this fight, me knowing that I've been in real wars, probably fought the toughest fights you can fight today as a middleweight. I sought out Hamza. I sought out the biggest fights and things like that. So now even that is coming to fruition. The sanctioning bodies, the worldly sanctioning bodies are saying I'm the guy that they want to have as their champion. That's why I'm having this shot.
In terms of, an extra purpose in your life, you recently brought a baby into the world. Has that added an extra dimension to Amo Williams?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just to give the people a visual of how it helps and how it aids me. If I'm on the bags and I'm feeling exhausted and I just finished up 12 rounds of sparring and I got to do 6 rounds on the bag, and that 4th round when I feel like I don't have nothing left and I'm asking God to be with me so I can get through this round strong so Kevin doesn't get on my case, I can just close my eyes and imagine my daughter real quick, and I can imagine the life that I can provide her if I throw that extra punch, if I bring my hand back to my chin, even though my shoulders are burning and things of that nature. So once I have that vision, I see my baby, my energy is restored. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. It's definitely a blessing. I know it's one of my many blessings that I've received from being so faithful to who I am. My wife has blessed me with that, and yeah, it's definitely a point of motivation for me.
You've always been an articulate guy, and ever since I've interviewed you, you've been always talking about world titles, but you seem laser focused this time around. What's changed?
What's changed? No, you know what? What's changed is in this camp, I finally marked my style. It is in my DNA. It's something I can wake up and get out of the bed and do. I've always talked about how I've looked at boxing in a systematic, methodical way of I want to be a boxer for a long time. I don't want to be a candle in the sun that's here today and gone tomorrow. One thing I realized about that is you have to develop a style of work that can aid itself, that can grow its own style. This style can grow. And I finally got that motion in my body where it's just like walking. I'm working at a level of a pace that I know guys can't keep up with. I'm pushing guys to the brink, and that's just normal for me. Me being able to go to the levels of exhaustion and still be able to perform as if nothing is happening, that has taken years and years and years of pushing myself to that level and learning how to operate while feeling exhausted and things of that nature. So now that I have that, in my DNA and my instinctual senses, I just feel like it's not really a contemplation for me anymore. Oh, if I get in the ring and he does that, what am I do? Am I gonna do this and that? No, I don't have to think. I've taken that visual portion of time where I have to think of what I want to do and react in that split seconds that takes to make your time enough and things like that. I've eradicated that out of my life. I don't have that anymore. So now, I mean, my style is pretty much my way of life, and that's gonna be the difference in this fight.
I know you love this sport and you study this sport. It's your life, but I want to ask you a question about the Zuffa boxing kind of stance and people going down that route. For someone that's fighting for a world title this weekend of one of the sanctioning bodies, how important is it that we keep that in the sport?
Oh, it's very important. It's very important. Monopolization of things have always existed. I mean, if we talk about power, um, if you can centralize anything and pretty much be the most powerful force, then that's the thing you want to do. And I don't knock anybody for their business ventures or, how they operate. And I think that also the Zuffa boxing will open up, opportunities for a lot of people. But for me, being at this level and wanting to stay at this level, um, I want to be a fighter that shows how remarkable it is to have these sanctioning bodies and things, because how else will I be able to be like Marvin Hagler, like Sugar Ray, like Muhammad Ali? Like these guys who have accomplished um, history in the ways that I could still, mirror. If we take a lot of these things away, then there will be no one who can walk in the same footsteps as these awesome champions who have, come before us. So like I said, I don't think it's negative. I think that it will open up a lot of opportunity. But for myself, what I've always had in my mind's eye was to be an undisputed champion of the world, was to be a person to collect all of the belts and, make history with the things that are already cemented in history, to show, just how genius my pursuit of boxing has been. It's a lot of smart moves, a lot of smart decisions that have to be made. Got to give so much credit to my manager, Sam Katkowski, um, Eddie Hearn, of course, the people who have maneuvered my career to be able to be in the conversation for these belts. These are things that will never be forgotten. These are things, the WBC Championship of the World. I mean, come on, how many champions can I be compared to? How many champions can I be in the same picture with, with that sort of accomplishment? So for me, I want to stay in this position, but I know that the Zuffa boxing and things of that nature are going to open up unbelievable opportunities for fighters in general.
Last one from me. I know you grew up dreaming of becoming a WBC world champion. What would you tell that 10 or 12-year-old Amo Williams now that you're within touching distance of actually becoming the WBC world champion?
The 10 or 12-year-old didn't even think about boxing.
What age was it?
The 10 and 12-year-old was thinking about football, basketball, things like that.
What age was it that you actually believed it could happen?
It was the 19-year-old Austin Williams that had the dream of boxing, the strobe lights, and knew in my soul that I could become champion of the world. That's when I had the vision. So we talking about that kid a decade ago. What I would tell him is, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for believing, because I mean, nobody in my family boxed. This is not something that was passed down generation to generation. We had to go into this sport and figure it all out. I had to accumulate the resources and the people just kind of on a whim. So I had to have faith and know that we can do this, even though it had never been done in my family tree. So I just go back and say I'm proud of you and continue. I just say I'm proud of you for having that faith from the beginning, because look at where we're at now.
Well, I'm all appreciate your time as always. Look forward to catching up after the fight, and best luck this weekend. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Live only on the Zone, the Ring 6. Teofimo Lopez, the Brooklyn-born king of 140, looks to retain his world title as Shakur Stevenson steps up to become a 4-division world champion. Lopez versus Stevenson, January 31st. Click the link in the description to buy now.